Got a cool story for y'all today. All right. So I bought 2 tiny homes recently. New tiny homes, right? Not the ones I've told you about in the past. These are badass. And I want to tell you how I got them, how I protect myself from losing money. You know, anybody can lose money, things happen. But I have systems and processes that I'm going to share with you when I buy these because I'm buying 2 a month right now, typically, because I already told you I'm trying to fill this park with tiny homes. That's the play for me, right? So, anyways, let's jump into it. I want to give you some proven strategies so hopefully you don't lose any money like I did when I was a rookie back in the day, and you know, and how you protect yourself, protect people you work with, protect your capital, your investment, get the deals you want, make sure it's a good deal, all of the stuff I'm gonna break down for you just from my experience. Don't take anything I say as gospel, right? It's just my experience, how I do things, and how I've been successful at it and continue to be successful. I'm learning just like you, right? I learn new lessons every single day, and I like to talk about them. I like to tell you the good, the bad, and where I screwed up, where I did great. Hopefully that helps you. And if you've got anything you want to share, put it in comments, any of that stuff. And by the way, if you're new to my podcast, my channel, whatever you're watching this on, my name's Travis Wells. I'm a real estate investor. I invest in mobile home parks, RV parks. Had a single family wholesaling company forever, still do it kind of, but it's not my focus. I mainly focus on parks, right? I was able to build a lot more wealth with parks. I like parks a lot better because cash flow is a lot better. I'm not on that hamster wheel. I don't compete with anybody, right? Everybody's chasing those houses these days. I'm not, right? I chase the bigger money now. That's what I like doing. Anyways, back to the segment, all right? So this is how I bought the first new tiny home. Wholesaler, bird dog, whatever you want to call them, brings me a deal. All right. I tell them what price I wanted it, what to negotiate, all the stuff. And I'm like, lock it up. They're like, okay, can we send the assignment? No. You can send the assignment once I'm warm and fuzzy. And this is how I get warm and fuzzy. I'm actually going out that way. It's on the way to where I'm going in a couple days, which was a bodybuilding competition in Austin. It was right outside of Austin. I was like, I'm going to stop by there. I want to meet the owner. All right. I want to walk the place. I want to make sure it doesn't have any funny smells. It doesn't have any soft spots in the floor. There's nothing that aren't in the pictures that, you know, it can be moved. I'm gonna look under it to make sure nothing's pitted, right? If it's all rusted out, I don't want it. Like, it can't be moved. All that stuff is what I'm gonna go look for. And it takes me all of every bit of 3 minutes, right? And I don't go visit everything in person, but I mean, I'm paying $15,000 for this, which these costs, they bought this for, I think 40 something. Yeah, right. So I'll break down why they're selling all that stuff. So, anyways, wholesalers like, no problem. They know me. We do business. They know I do good business. And by the way, if like a wholesaler or anybody tries to pressure you into doing anything, like, and you're not comfortable, like, hey, I want the earnest money right now. I need to lock this up now. Somebody else is gonna get it. It's like, cool, let them have it. I don't even deal with those types of people. And 99% of them are that way, right? Cool with me, no problem. But if you've worked with me, you know that everybody's going to win, including me. I'm not getting screwed. You're not getting screwed. Homeowner's not getting screwed. We're all going to do good business. That's how I like to operate. It's a lot different than other folks. Not saying people don't do good business, but they want everything right now, right now. It's not how good business works, in my opinion. Not at all. That's one-sided. Anyways, so 2 days later, drive up there, meet with the owner. They actually own this establishment. I'm not going to mention what kind of establishment it is because I don't want, you know. Anyways, I don't want like anybody's privacy. It's not a bad establishment. It's a business. But anyways, I don't know if they want me to tell people they're selling because they run these as vacation rentals. I'll show you pictures and do some footage once I get them get them because I'm buying it from the same owner. They're badass, by the way, badass tiny homes. So this particular one, walked around it, met the owner, felt good person, right? I'm like, cool. I'm gonna wire you $7,500 today to hold it, right? And then whenever we pick it up, I'm gonna send you the other $7,500. She's like, cool, no problem. I said, that protects both of us, right? We're under contract because the wholesaler locked it up. As soon as I saw it, I let them assign it to me. I didn't pay any earnest money, right? They know me. We do business, right? Is what it is. And because a tiny home is $15,000. So, anyways, I paid the deposit, and the wholesaler will get their $1,000 that we agreed on. whenever we close. And we're going to close this week now because I told him next week. All right. This place is awesome. So why is the owner selling it? Well, they have like a mixed establishment. It's a business with like all sorts of different businesses in there. And they actually want to remove the 2 tiny homes. I'll tell you about the second one in a minute. That way they can make this portion of the property into like a little RV park. But those tiny homes are taking up a lot of real estate. They got fencing, decks, and they've like made it real pretty over there just for the 2, but they want to capitalize on that land. They don't want to be landlords. They're doing vacation rentals on them, and they just want people to bring their RVs because they have a demand for it. The RV spots there, the RV parks there in that town are just packed, which I need to start marketing over there because I want one of them. But anyways, I told the owner, I was like, man, that's a badass tiny home next door. Do you want to sell that one? They're like, yeah, somebody's been wanting to buy it, but we need to sell that one too. And I made a deal with them. I got some money off of it, which it was a bigger, not even nicer tiny home. I told her I'd give her $22,000 for that one. And I was like, look, I'll give you $5,000. I'm going to send a contract when I'm back from my bodybuilding competition next week. And I'm going to give you $5,000 deposit. I want you to hold it. And then I'll pay for it, the rest of it, on the 10th of the following month. She's like, no problem. If you're buying this one from me, I want to sell both of them to you, right? And the reason I did that is cash flow, right? Because this particular park brings in, I don't know, 30-something thousand a month. So, I don't want to spend all this money up front and like have cash constraints at any time. I like to have reserves. I like to have plenty of cash. So I'm like, I buy 2 a month. I don't want to put myself in a bind with that particular park. So I like, so we'll buy, and she didn't have any problem. So put the $5,000 and then I'll give the remaining 17, making sure I did my math. Yeah, 17. And there's no wholesaler on that one, right? Because I negotiated it, with her. And by the way, if you're a wholesaler, look for properties in the area and see if it's the same owner because you can get paid multiple times. I would have paid them again if they brought me the deal, but I'm the one that saw it when I was there, right? They didn't even know they were selling another one. So ask questions. More questions leads to more opportunities. Opportunities can turn into more dollars, right? And here's the other thing is movers. I called several movers. They wanted like $4,000 and $5,000 to move a damn tiny home. It has a hitch on it. You can't pull it with a regular truck. And I was like, hey, as the owner, I was like, who put these here for you? Who moved them? Oh, it's a great dude. He's licensed, insured. He does a lot of work around here. Built this park, did that. And I'm like, cool. Can I have his number? She's like, yeah. The dude's gonna move them for $700 each. My quotes were $5,000. All right. And I'm like, well, by the way, because I have to rebuild decks, stairs, because a lot of movers won't take that stuff. And then I got to spend another $500 to $1,000 to do all this other crap. And I'm like, how much would you charge me extra to bring the decking and to bring the fence? Right? Because it's a nice fence too, and she doesn't want any of it. And he's like, another $700. I'm like, done. So like, I'm gonna get this tiny home transported, set up, fence, deck for what, $1,400? And I was like, hey, will you hook up the plumbing too? He's like, sure. How much will it be? A few $100, right? Because they're not hard, the sewer and the water line. And I'm like, dude, this is crazy because if you call a plumber's going to charge you $3,000. Even though it's easy, they're going to charge you $3,000 to hook it up. And I'm telling you this, that I'm saved you probably $10,000 with this conversation we're having right now. All right. Now I have an electrician. I want to give you some more sauce here. I have an electrician coming out because I have 3 pads that the electrical underneath the ground is just, we're having like shortages, like it has a short in it somewhere. So there's like 3 pads that aren't working, right? And they like put this wire in without conduit. Maybe it's shallow in those areas. I don't know. So when you drive over, I don't know what the hell it is. I haven't seen it, but I'm just assuming. But anyways, they're going to fix this for me. It's going to cost me $5,000 to fix the 3 pads. But I was like, hey, by the way, what will you charge me to hook up these tiny homes if I do it at the same time you're fixing that? They're like, oh, we'll just do it for free. Costs $3,000 to hook up electric because you have to use a licensed electrician. You should to hook these up, and it will cost $3,000 each, so $6,000. But I was like, hey, if I give you this $5,000 worth of work, what will you do? And he's like, well, we'll do it for free, Travis, right? Just give us the $5,000 of work. So like I got some stuff free, right? Which is pretty badass. So all in, I'm like under $2,000 each to get these set up. So my rule is I like to be $25,000 in on any spot that I put in or less, and I win, right? That's a good rule of thumb for me. A lot of people say you can't do it. I'm documenting this for you to show you how I'm doing it. No BS, no fluff. This is how I do it, right? And today, that other tiny home she had, I have my assistant drafting the contract now. And where do you get a contract for something like this? It's like a bill of sale and no title and all this stuff. Use ChatGPT. I'm sorry. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm telling you what we do. My assistant, I'll send them pictures of the tiny home, right? And then I'll say, hey, draft a contract. And they'll put all it into a ChatGPT with the owner's information, our entity, and our close date and everything we've talked about. And then we send it to the owner, and now we have a contract, right? It's signed. And then I'll have my bookkeeper send the $5,000 deposit. We're locked in, right? Like I said earlier, yeah, we can lose the $5,000, but we do have a contract, and contracts are enforceable in Texas. So I can get that money back if I really wanted to, or just cause some discomfort legally. So but pick the right people you can do business with. Not saying that, some people can't pull something over on you, but I met these people. They own a good establishment, good business. They have a good game plan. I understand it. There's no questions. We like each other. They even texted me, how'd your show go? Like, we're buddies now. I like making friends with people like that. They're building a damn park. They got a flourishing business right outside of Austin, Texas, right? Those are the kind of people I like to meet. Those are my people, So that's how I did it. That's how I'm doing it. You want to talk numbers on these tiny homes now? Now, I haven't done it yet, but I'm not going to give you optimistic numbers. I'm going to give you proven numbers from my others. This one I'm getting, I guess the first one is equivalent to the one I just sold on a rent to own. Over time, it'll make us $120,000 if they don't pay it off early. But we sold it for $49,000 on a rent to own, and a couple $100 a month goes to principal. All right. Like, that's how we sold the other one. I'm probably going to do the same thing on this one, but I think I get $975 a month. I charge the other dude $875 a month. But I think this one's like cooler, right? It's just cool. It's like unique. I can't wait to show it to y'all. But let's just say it's $875 a month, and I do the same thing, $49,000 purchase. That's a good deal for this home, right? But over 15 years or 16 years. So you can do the math. It's like, triple if you don't ever pay it off early, right? And then I'm buying, her other one. That one has 3 bedrooms, but there's 2 lofts. Like, it's badass. I'll probably, the market over there, I could charge like $1,200 for it in any other market, but it's San Antonio, but I don't like waiting. I like to just move money. I think if I put that thing for $975, it would fly. I think it's way too cheap, but I think it would fly, and that's what I want. I'm fine with $975 a month, right? On 20, let's just call it 24,000 all in, $975 a month for 16 years. I'm okay with that, right? So on a rent to own, so I don't have any maintenance, repairs, anything like that. So pretty cool stuff going on. Again, my name's Travis Wells. This is the Property Profits Podcast. Thank you so much for listening to me. I ramble on about tiny homes. I hope you're interested. If you're still here, I know you are. Follow me on social media, Facebook. I document not only real estate, but fitness, everything I do. This is a lifestyle thing for me, right? I'm an open book. I have a funny story on there from last night when I got to Pittsburgh. Side note, I was looking for a gym and ended up at anyways, read the post. I don't even want to get into it. It was crazy. But I left and went to a gym. But anyways, YouTube, we've got that. Instagram. Refer a friend, family member to the show. Would love it. Means the world. It'll help the algorithm pick us up and help more people document this journey. Until next time, see y'all.